Hi everyone, welcome to the weekly water market report. Another week of sort of hot, dry weather has seen the dams continue to drop. We're down to now about 53% across the southern connected system compared to 82% this time last year. Hume in particular has dropped quite a lot. It's down into the 30% now compared to 70% this time last year. So yeah, we have seen the storages continue to fall since Christmas significantly. This week the allocation outlooks came out for the various systems, which is quite important, and I sort of encourage you all to have a look at that. What Victoria have said for the Goulburn and the Murray system is under average to dry conditions, we should be getting somewhere near 100% allocation by sort of December, January next year. But in New South Wales on general security entitlements, if we stay dry, in the Bidgee they're only talking about 10% allocation by November, December next year, and in the Murray only about 15% allocation by January next year. So if we stay dry in the Murray, general security allocations could be quite substantially lower, which will have an impact on prices and availability. One thing to look at in that space is forwards, so particularly for permanent planting irrigators below the choke in the Murray. Currently forwards are sort of at the 260, 280 mark for next year, so locking in some of what you need for that level might not be a bad idea given the way the storages are heading. The temporary allocation market's firmed up, and we're currently in the Murray below the choke in the $190 to $200 a meg mark. So it has continued to firm up as a result of the hot, dry weather and people using more water than what they thought. Above choke we're 120 to 130. Over in the Goulburn we're around about the 120, and in the Bidgee we're 185. Most of the cotton's finished for the year, so demand has sort of dropped off a bit over there. Just finally on permanent markets, there is a fair bit of activity in permanent markets. Believe it or not, we're still waiting for the outcome of the Commonwealth tender, the 70 gig tender back in September last year. They put out an update this week that said they're about 23 gigs through their 70 gig tender. So they're only about a half to a third the way through. So we'll wait and see what happens after the election with the remaining balance there. Anyway, thanks for listening, and we'll catch you next week.